anybody has any questions, happy to answer. Also, happy to just play some games. So, is Splitgate ever coming to Switch? We have not announced which consoles, but you never know. All right, so somebody said, how far in the console port is development? We're in really good shape. I don't want to say too much. I think we're going to announce a lot more in early 2021, like at the beginning of the year. But I will say, um, oh, what can I say? Well, here's what I'll say. We recently, a few weeks ago, hit our frame rate goal. And I won't say which what that goal is. It's more than 30 though. It's at least 60. But we did hit our frame rate target, so that's really good. We're basically, I mean, we're basically done with one of the consoles. Wink, wink. And we're making good progress on another one. And that's all I will say for now. But yeah, we are going to share more soon. I know you guys want to learn more. We are making very good progress, and just these things take time, and we want to make sure, we've got one shot to really blow this thing up, so we don't want to rush it. We don't want to try to come out and launch the same week as Cyberpunk. By the way, I'm just going to give a shout out to all of our partners, at least the ones who are in the chat, so apologies if I forget somebody, but we've got Smixy in here, we've got Tummy in here, Micavelli, DeBeefcake, all awesome streamers. You guys should definitely watch them. They're very skilled players, very fun to watch, and just really awesome parts of the community. This one guy, Tummy, he's a little, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, this one guy, Cardinal. I know.
Is there new content coming with the console ports? Has anything been announced? We haven't really announced, but yes, there is definitely a lot of new content that you can expect. Multiple maps, multiple modes, and more, and definitely new battle pass, and there's going to be a lot. It's going to be a much bigger update than any season update we've done in the past. When could we expect console ports to be released? Yeah, like I said, we haven't announced anything. We're making very, very good progress. I don't really want to put a date on it, but we will. We'll have more info soon. Definitely in early 2021, we'll have more to share. Is there a game mode? Will there be a game mode that allows you to make loadouts yourself? And what are your thoughts on melee mechanics? I don't. So we've talked about doing some loadouts for other game modes before. I don't think we'll do it. We actually thought about doing it for Takedown. But I definitely think in general loadouts is very unlikely. But I'm not going to rule it out. There's a I could see us adding a game mode that had that. I wouldn't be opposed to that. But I think for the main core of the game, I think loadouts kind of goes against our DNA. Is there any plan to nerf Tanner? Actually, I mean, I don't know if you saw, but in the last update, we did adjust the controller aim assist, and Tanner. I mean, we've talked with him. We don't want to totally screw Tanner, but I think the sniper, especially, he said the sniper and the carbine, he's feeling a little bit worse on. So I think overall aim assist is in a pretty good spot, though. You're definitely better off on a mouse and keyboard, but we want the controller players to be able to compete. And I don't know if you guys have seen, but we have confirmed that crossplay will be a thing. So it's important. It'll of course be optional. You can always turn it off if you want to, but it's important that players are able to have fun and play together on a controller or a mouse and keyboard. So, and yeah, Tanner is an unbelievable sniper, even despite the slight nerf to aim assist. But I mean, the guy is a top 500 Widowmaker, so it makes sense that he would snipe you in the face a lot. Somebody said, "Are we going to add a sliding mechanic or a side boost?" I don't think so. I think kind of game design philosophy for us. We have a very similar philosophy to Rocket League and Fortnite. Obviously, two very different games, but I think our sort of philosophy is just there's kind of beauty in the simplicity of it. We like the fact that this game is very simple, other than you've got one mechanic that has a lot of depth to it, right? So like the portal mechanic, there's a lot, that already. That's the big thing, right? That's the thing that takes hundreds of hours to master. And adding additional mechanics seems more like a gimmick that's not necessary. And I think the same can be said about Rocket League. Very, very simple. There's no classes or perks. Same as Fortnite. Like there's not a whole lot to it other than this one mechanic that just takes forever to master. So I don't think I think sliding is probably unlikely, and same as like a boost. We sort of the other thing I'll say is we really like the kind of old school strafe fights that you have from games like Halo 2 and Halo 3, where even though there's a lot of movement when you're using the portals, when you ultimately do engage in a firefight, we really like this sort of slow-paced, strafe back and forth, gunfight like this, right? And you sort of lose that if you've got, a lot of fast movements like sliding and dashing and stuff. I mean, that was one of my issues with Halo 5 was like you sort of lose that simplicity of the firefight when it's so much of it is like, oh, did I dash and dodge? Speaking of competitive, did I miss the next competitive season announcement? So Slightly Moody, you still have time to sign up if you hurry. Yeah, if you go to our Discord, like this Sunday, we have a pro and a semi-pro tournament. Anybody can sign up for semi-pro. I mean, semi-pro is kind of like AM/semi-pro. But yeah, the basic rule of thumb is you got to be below diamond to play in semi-pro, and your team's average has to be below 2,700. You can also sign up as an individual, though. Thoughts on portals going through bodies opposed to getting body blocked? I don't think I do. One thing we've talked about is having portals ignore your teammates. I don't think we would have it, where enemies it goes through, because I think you sort of don't deserve to. If you shoot an enemy, like that's on you. Like that's part of the strategy potentially, right? But I do think I would not be opposed, and that's something we've talked about doing. Of like if you spawn a portal, it ignores your teammates. I think games like Overwatch do that with bullets actually, which I don't think we would do with bullets, but I could see us doing that with portals. Love no actual nades, more gunplay. Yeah, no, I mean I agree. Nades is actually something we also tested a long time ago. Because that's another highly requested feature is like grenades that do damage. And we actually tested that like 2 years ago in one of our alphas. And it didn't really work that well because just being able to jetpack out of the way and having a grenade, it's sort of like almost worthless. Like people, especially with our time to kill being faster than a game like Halo. You either have grenades that instantly kill someone that are impact grenades, and that's frustrating, or you have them bounce, and that's if they bounce and they don't blow up immediately, it's way too easy to dodge. And if they don't instant kill, given our TTK, it's sort of like, well, why would I ever use a grenade when I can kill someone like that, right? So yeah, we have tested grenades. It didn't really work. You'll have to take my word for it. PAX East 2021 thoughts or other conventions. I mean, I'm not even thinking about anything in person right now. I mean, we'll see. I doubt PAX East will happen in person. We'll see. 2022 maybe, but yeah, I think it's unlikely. But we'll see. I mean, I think conventions are definitely fun. The one thing is like for us, we're a small team, so every time we went to a convention, it sort of means we make zero progress on the actual game for a week, because we're not a giant company where we can just go pay a bunch of people to build a booth and set it up and man it for us. So like, I mean, when we have a booth, we are the ones, right? The programmers, Ethan, Nick, etc. We're the ones actually setting up the booth and manning it, and basically losing a week of dev time, and that's tricky, especially now that we're released, right? So yeah, we'll see. But I think it could make a lot of sense as we grow. If we have hopefully a much bigger budget and have more people on the team, we can afford to send people to go man the booth, because I think conventions are always a blast. We'll take you. I mean, honestly, if and when we do a convention, maybe in 2021, who knows? I will. I mean, we're definitely gonna try to put the word out to all you guys. Like, we want to meet you guys. I mean, we've met some of you in person. I think I met a number of you guys like at TwitchCon. I got to meet DJ and Wake Chaos and a bunch of people. But yeah, I mean, hopefully we'll meet more of you. Who is the voice actor for the guy who says Kingslayer and stuff? He is just, I mean, just a guy. I mean, we uh, we work with an audio company, and they know a ton of voice actors, so we tried out like a ton of people and picked this guy because we thought he had the best voice. Is there any active discussion about bringing King of the Hill and Dom back into casual? It's not something we're ruling out, but I do think right now we're trying to kind of keep those two experiences different. We didn't really like before that ranked was just sort of this subset of social. We really want it to be like, hey, if you want to play ranked, you're getting a change of pace and a different experience from social, which is its own thing. But we want social to be more casual and just like, hey, you just hop on, shoot stuff, relax, and ranked to be more like, sweaty players in, of your skill level. Like obviously we've got, and that's one thing we've been seeing too that's been really good to see. And we've made some matchmaking changes to help this, but we're really starting to see a lot more ranked games at all different levels. So, I would really encourage everybody to go try ranked. You're not going to get the kind of experience that you're used to, where you just get thrown into a game with, you know, all the sweaty players. It's much more balanced. It's not perfect, obviously. It'll never be perfect. You know, at least not until we have thousands and thousands of concurrent. But we definitely are starting to see a lot more games, in the silver competitive, silver 4v4 games, gold 4v4 games, platinum 4v4 games, much more balanced. If the next season is just as good, OMG, yeah, oh yeah, next season is going to be definitely better. I mean, we've got a lot of good stuff lined up for that. Any thoughts on an emote wheel? Yeah, I think we should totally do it. It's low priority, just relative to console and everything else. But I think at some point in the future, I think there's no reason we wouldn't do an emote wheel. How many teams do we have? I think we have 6 teams for pro, and like I don't even know, a lot for semi-pro, like probably 10 or something. Skur Knox, who I still call Soccer Knox. He said, "How are the maps chosen in the tournament?" So the way that that's chosen is you take turns banning. I think, right? I'm not making this up, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's still. I don't think it's changed.
Yeah, so pretty much you take turns banning. So the higher seed bans first, maybe, I think, for the first round.
Well, with the addition of Lava Well, I think it has to be flipped now.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, the gist of it is Team A says, okay, we ban Helix. Team B says, okay, we ban Highwind, etc. until you get down. And then the only other thing is you can't play a map twice in a row. So let's say if we play King of the Hill on Helix, the next round, Helix is not allowed to be played. And so it goes King of the Hill and then Domination and then Team Deathmatch. And then you just repeat. But you could play Helix King of the Hill and then play Helix Team Deathmatch. And the team that's losing, I think, bans first, I believe. Oh, the other thing we've talked about, which I totally think we should do, maybe, well, we'll see, but I think maybe Kuvo had this idea, but having a rule where, like, if you're down, like, 2-0 and you're about to be swept, like, you get to pick the map or something like that. Did I
And
answer oh, I'm gonna answer these Google
possibly
form questions. I
one
forgot.
1 to 3.
Have you been doing your Kovacs? Oh, I hope Arline is not watching still. No, I have not. I've actually been playing on controller a lot recently, which is I'm not doing that this week. I'm getting back on mouse and keyboard. Do you think adding Halo-style assassinations is a possibility? Yeah, it's definitely a possibility.
I think it's pretty cool. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it could be cool. I think, I mean, the tricky thing is we don't have the mechanic of like one punching someone from behind, right?
True.
We also are lacking in the animation department. That's definitely like where we have the least amount of people. You know, we have a lot of artists, but not a lot of animators. So if you're an animator, let us know and come reach out to us. If you could snap your fingers and magically add any one feature to Splitgate, what would it be?
Console.
No, I don't think that.
Any one feature.
I think I'd probably add like a forge mode.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
that's a good one.
yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be really cool.
that's a good one.
Oh.
That's a
Yeah.
good one.
I want to see the damage numbers combined to one number.
Yeah, no, that definitely. If I could do that, that would save me much more time than like being able to snap my fingers and have forge mode done. And then the last question is, if you could permanently install a pair of portals between any two places in real life, where would you put them? I think I'd put them. I mean, I'm trying to think of a not lame
My
answer.
kitchen and my bedroom.
No.
Mine's going straight to Vegas for my house.
I would put one between my house and my parents' house because
That's
I do.
sweet. Mine's still going to Vegas. That hasn't changed mine.
Well, that's more just out of practicality because I do spend a lot of time, you know, commuting back and forth. Like I probably drive back and forth every month or so, and it's a
Aren't
4-hour
aren't
drive.
you in like California? Isn't Splitgate located in California, and isn't your parents in like Nevada or something like that?
No, it's the other way around. So I'm in Nevada, Splitgate's in Nevada, and then my parents are in California.
Quick question: when does the season 3 ends?
7 p.m.
We don't have a date yet, but I mean, it's gonna be, you know, just like right. Season 2 was exactly 4 months, right? I mean, season 3 will be probably around the same.
How do you make skin suggestions? Because I know there's a suggestions.
Yeah, I mean, it's up to you, right? Like it's you can draw something or you can just describe it. There's no formal process, right? It's just kind of like, hey, can you add a skin that has polka dots, or you can alternatively take a picture of, you know, a skin from another game that you really like. It's totally informal. It's whatever you want to do.